Hey friends, how is everyone? Oh, I'm going to grab this because I want to show it to you all. Happy Wednesday. So, once again, I'm not in my studio today, but hey, at least I'm not in the airport. Y'all, I'm Heather Vickery, and Brave is my business. Welcome to the Brave in Action weekly live show. I am a success coach, author, speaker, podcast producer, and host, mom of four, lesbian, theater nerd, avid reader. How are you? What are y'all up to today? I'm really excited for today's live Brave in Action live show topic. Facebook user says, Hi, I'm driving, but I'm here. Hey, friend, how are you? I'm glad you're here, whoever you are. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. This is one of my favorite topics, the idea of need and should, and do you have to? And if you know me, if you've worked with me, if you've seen me speak, you already know that the answer is no, but let's talk about that in detail. But before we do that, you guys, I have to show you this. Do you see this gorgeousness right here? This is my brand new book. So I just got print copies on Monday. I'm so excited about it. The book is gorgeous and you can pre-order it. See all the fun chapters, all the pages. It's so cool. The layout is beautiful. I'm so excited about it. I'm so proud of it. You can pre-order it right now. Visit vickeryandco.com/ffearlessbook. That's F fearless as in fuck fearless book.com. You can pre-order it on Amazon, on bookshop.org, or you can even get a copy directly from me and I will personalize and sign it and send it to you priority mail. BJ says already ordered. Thank you, BJ. Whoop, whoop. I appreciate it. I'm so excited and I'm so proud. And honestly, this is a really nice lead in to today's topic, which is, do you have to? Do you have to? Years ago, and I actually tell this story in the book, probably in a lot more detail than I'm going to share right now. So you guys are going to have to check it out. But years ago, when my now 11-year-old was 8, that kid, we were running out the door and we were, I have 4 kids. Lunch boxes were flying and shoes, and nobody would put their socks on. And, I don't know why it's so hard to get out of the house, right? And I said, can you please hurry up? I have to leave on time. I have to get you to school on time. I need to get back. And my 8-year-old, who's now 11, said, why do you have to, Mama? And I said, well, because I have work to do. I have clients who are waiting on me. I have things I have to do. And I need to get back to work. And she said, well, why do you have to work? Fair question. Kids ask that, right? And I said, well, I have to work so that I can pay the bills and keep us in our house and make sure you eat, do fun things. I have to pay the bills. We have to work. And she said, but you don't have to feed us, Mama. You want to feed us because you love us and you don't want us to die. Record scratch, right? Like, she's not wrong. In fact, she's very right. Now, legally, I kind of do have to feed my kids. I think you can go to jail for that. But it was a really great reminder that life is better and easier and more pleasant and more approachable when we take the time to think about what we want instead of what we think we need or should do, right? Of course, I want to feed my kids. Of course, I want to have a nice, safe place to live. And I want to do some traveling and I want to read and I want to play and I want to go to the theater and I want to do all of those things. I also love my clients. I love going to work. I don't have to go to work. I love going to work because I get to do the coolest job on the planet, which is work with incredible people who are stepping out of fear and into bravery and leveraging their knowledge and their fears into building and creating a life that they love, that they feel passionate about. And that often includes a business that they also love and feel passionate about. And they want to be joy-filled. That's what the Brave Method is all about. That's what we talk about. What I talk about in this book, I break down the Brave Method. Do you guys remember what the Brave Method is? It's an acronym. It is an approach for creatively and strategically problem solving, planning, creating and building a life and a business that you love on your own terms. So BRAVE is an acronym. It stands for boundaries, reassessment, reframing, resilience. I call those the 3 R's: action and accountability, vulnerability, and then expand and empower. The first 4 can go in any order that you want, any order that feels right where you are at that moment. But when you do those 4 things consistently, thoughtfully, and intentionally, you land on the 5th one. You can't help but expand and empower yourself. And both of those things are inside jobs. Nobody does that for you. You are the only one that can expand and empower yourself. And you do that by showing up. And so I'm hoping that you will start to catch yourself today and moving forward many days. How often do you say, I need, I should, I have to? And sometimes push back. I see my friend Angela is here. Coach Angela is a member of the Intentionally Brave Entrepreneurs Program and one of the coaches that works with me. And she's amazing. And if y'all don't already know Coach Angela, maybe Coach Angela could do a new get to know you post in Brave on Purpose and introduce herself because she's so cool. And sometimes Angela goes, no, I need to. And we do sometimes need to. Like, I need to pay the bills, but I also want to remind myself, why do I want to? How do we do this thing with a little more intention and joy? I want to pay my bills because I sure as fuck don't want to get kicked out of my house, right? I don't want them to repossess my car. I want to have credit so I can do things and build things and grow, right? There's always a want. There's always a want. And I really believe that our words matter in big, deep, passionate, important ways. The choices that we make in our words, they land on us in certain ways. We resonate with them. They make us feel a certain thing, and need and should and have to very often feel heavy and tough and stressful. We go. So now in the morning, if I can remind myself to channel my inner Tessa, my little 8-year-old Tessa, I can say, I want to be on time because it feels good to be on time. And I want to get back so that I have time to get a fresh cup of water and a fresh cup of coffee so that I can go to work and passionately and actively serve my community of people because I love what I do. Does that mean every day is easy? It doesn't mean that. Does that mean sometimes I'm not tired? Like right now, I have a cold. I traveled. I spoke at the She Podcast Live conference last week, and it was an amazing conference. Really great to be in person, to connect, to network, do all of that fun stuff. But I have jet lag and I have a cold and I'm tired. But what I know for sure is that when I sit down to actually do my work, when I connect with you all as an audience, when I sit down with my Intentionally Brave Entrepreneurs cohort here in less than an hour, I am going to feel all of their beautiful, magical energy. And I'm going to be inspired by the way they're showing up for themselves and for one another. And that helps me want to be more active, right? The people you choose to spend your time with, the community that you build, your family of choice versus your family of origin makes a huge difference. And that is one of the reasons that we want to surround ourselves with people that lift us up. But there's so much in our word choice there, right? How are you spending your time? How do you feel about how you're spending your time? You don't have to do anything. Why do you want to? When you join the Intentionally Brave Entrepreneurs Program, it's a commitment. It is a commitment. It is a commitment to you. It's a commitment to me. It's a commitment to the other people in the program. It is a commitment because showing up is brave. Doing what you say you're going to do is brave. Pushing yourself a little out of your comfort zone is brave. Following through is brave. Sometimes brave is saying, enough is enough. I need a break. I can't today. I got to step away. That's okay, right? The idea behind the brave method, which I talk about in the book, Fuck Fearless, Making the Brave Leap. The idea behind the brave method is in knowing that you can get off track and off path just a little bit, but you have the right systems in place to go back and just start right over. One of my clients, Rachel, hello, Rachel. She was telling me she's quit sugar, and it's been months and months since she had sugar. And last week she sent me a Marco Polo, which is how we communicate with the IBE members. And she's like, oh my God, I haven't had sugar in forever, but I had like 20 pieces of candy today. And I can't even believe it. I just couldn't stop. I started and I couldn't stop. And then she said, but it's okay. Tomorrow I'll go back to not having sugar, right? Like we knew it. She knew it. It wasn't really what she wanted, but for whatever reason, it was the choice she made. We make choices that we wish we hadn't made all the time. Or maybe she was glad she did. Maybe she just needed a sugar fix, right? And there was no judgment. It just was a thing, and then back on the path tomorrow. Now you can do that with something as silly as candy or as big as sending emails, making sales calls, pitching yourself to be on podcasts. I'm in the process of doing that right now, writing a book, putting out your program, talking to new people. We have some new folks here in Brave on Purpose that have come to us via Twitter, which just makes me really happy because Twitter is my happy place right now. I'm having so much fun over there, laughing and connecting and getting to know people. And it feels very honest and authentic to me because I'm not doing a big marketing campaign. I'm just out there hanging out. So if you're there and you're connecting, say hi, come find us on Twitter. I'm at Vickery & Co on Twitter, right? So many wonderful ways to do that. Let's see. We've got some chats going on over here. Angela says, reframing and understanding our needs to discover if we actually want to do them is everything. If we can't figure out a reason to want it, we then want to say no to that thing, whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, that's really it, right? Like that's the deep core root of it is if you can't find one reason you want to do something, you really probably don't want to do it. You shouldn't do it. You don't need to do it. You know me, I don't like need and should, but you've got to dig in on yourself and figure out, is this thing I want, is this serving a purpose? And sometimes that's how we get through the worst part. If you hate scheduling your social media or you hate making a sales call or these things feel hard or they feel like a drag or you're doing tech stuff or website updates or whatever you're doing, but you know you want what's on the other side of that, then you dig in and you show up and you do it or you ask for help. There's so much gift and power in asking for help and building community. Just because you can do it all doesn't mean you should do it all. Yeah, I love that. Someone says, I love reframing ever since I realized that fear and excitement are usually the same feeling, just with a different intention. Absolutely. Physiologically, our body reacts to fear and excitement the same way. It's just what our brains do with it that is different. And so that doesn't mean you're not going to be afraid or scared, but what you can do is pause for just a moment and think about, what are you actually afraid of? What is that fear really? If you're not being chased by a bear at this very moment, then all fear lives in the future. And maybe it's a fear you don't need. Maybe it's a fear that's serving you, causing you to be intentional and create some action or thought and intention. Let's use writing a book as an example. There's so many fears attached to this. What if people don't like it? What if no one reads it? What if I put thousands of dollars and thousands of hours worth of time in it and nobody buys it? Or they buy it and they hate it? I can't think of, that would be terrifying. I will say, here's how I got rid of that fear is I had beta readers and I sent 9 people a pre-reader copy. Honestly, before it was even edited, it was kind of a hot mess. It hadn't been laid out. And I said, am I onto something here? Is this good enough to put out? And everyone said yes. So I had this fear. What if they don't like it? If my beta readers had said, Heather, this book sucks, don't put it out, then I might have been like, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's figure something else out. What don't you like about it? Can I fix it or do I need to scrap it? But that isn't what happened. So I found a way to confront that fear, to get knowledge. I got lots of amazing feedback from people and I was able to incorporate that feedback into the editing process of the book, which was huge. But that was only because I took the time to think about, what am I afraid of when it comes to writing a book? And then I was able to use that and propel that knowledge and leverage that knowledge into bravely moving forward with it. And people are buying it. BJ already said that he pre-ordered. I love him for that. I appreciate him for that. All of you who are pre-ordering, I'm getting messages and screenshots and texts and DMs showing me your order. It's so heart fulfilling. I'm so grateful for it. But even if that doesn't happen, the challenge I made for myself, the commitment, the dedication, the follow through has been such a gift. To know that this exists, that it went from invisible to visible. It was an idea in my head, and now I hold it in my hands. Reminds me that I can, whatever the can is. I can create. I am a magician, just like you. We can create from the invisible and make things visible. We can do that together, right? So that's so important. BJ says, where did it go? I want to takes the power back. I need to is pressure, but I want to is inspired. It's one of my favorite things. BJ is one of my IBE members. He's also a coach. He's a very good coach. He's a confidence coach. So this wasn't necessarily a let's pitch my IBE members live show, but y'all are here and I love that for you. And one of the things that BJ does so well that I enjoy is he hears what people say and reframes it and it brings it back to you with a BJ spin. And it's always so spot on. And I love it. And yes, that's exactly it. I want to gives you the power back. I need to causes pressure and stress and it makes it not fun, but I want to inspires you and it lights you up and it gives you a little courage and joy to move on to the next thing and to push things to the next level. Yeah. Twitter at Vickery and Co. Come play with me. Yes, Barbie is resonating with all fear lives in the future. It really does. If you think about it, all fear lives in the future, whatever it is that you're afraid of, literally, unless your life is being threatened at this moment. And if it is, you should not be watching this. Get the hell out of there. It's going to be okay. It doesn't mean it might not be hard. It doesn't mean it won't hurt. It doesn't mean you don't risk anything. But when we risk and we choose bravely on purpose, but with thought and with intention, when we know what we want from taking the risk, from choosing bravely, we start to go for bigger things. We take bigger risks. We have bigger rewards. And that is then contagious to everyone around us, right? We can't change other people. We can only change ourselves. But when we change ourselves, the people around us change. They can't help it. And the same thing goes for need and want and should. When you change that language, you're going to start processing things differently. You're going to start showing up in different ways. And the people around you are going to notice and they're going to start mirroring that behavior. And you're going to be so excited for them. And you're going to say, I saw that you said that. I heard you say that. You want to. Yes. Yes, I want that for you. Right? Celebrate when you hear somebody doing something that you know means that they are authentic and vulnerable and connecting with themselves and their wants and their whys, and they're putting themselves in a position to be empowered and expand. Tell them, love on them, support them, celebrate them, show them that they have inspired you. That thing is reciprocal. It's exciting. Something that I love. Barbie says that she has pre-ordered her copy. Yay, thank you. Next time I see you, Barbie, bring it with you and I will sign it for you. If you're local, I'm going to do a book signing event on November 11th from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Cribby Coffee, which is a local coffee shop here in Forest Park. We are partnering because this is the way I do things. We are partnering with the Brave Space Alliance. Giving back to the community is a really important part of my life, my core values, my business core values, the Brave Files podcast core values. So that we are doing a suggested donation at the door, and all of the money raised is going towards Brave Space Alliance. Cribby Coffee is actually donating the space, and I am going to then, whatever that cost of that space would be, I'm going to make that donation to Brave Space Alliance. Brave Space Alliance is the Midwest's only Black and trans-led LGBTQ support center, social support, food pantry, all sorts of amazing things. And it is so exciting. Rebecca, you can pick up your copy at the event. Yes, you can. You can do that. I will have a very few number of hardback copies available to sign. Once they're gone, they're gone. So you may want to order yours online and bring it with you just in case I run out. But yes, that is definitely a possibility for you. I love that. Thank you all for being here. I want to know how you're out choosing bravely. How are you reframing your words? What is it that this morning you woke up and thought, oh, I need to do that. I have to do that. I should do that. How can you reframe that? What do you want from that? Why would doing that be a good decision? I want to know. So message below, let us know, how would doing this be something that helps you feel more connected to yourself, to your why, and a little bit more excited about whatever it is that you are doing today that maybe felt heavy when you started. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to remind everyone, I'm Heather Vickery, success coach, speaker, author, producer, and host of the Brave Files podcast. You can pre-order your copy of Fuck Fearless, Making the Brave Leap. This is where I teach the Brave method, but it is not taught in the way any other personal or professional development book you've ever read. It's memoir studies, case studies that I call Brave Spotlights, Brave action sections where you can get in and do this work right now at this minute, get started. So exciting. Go listen to the Brave Files podcast and hang out. Say hi. Let's connect. Let's chat. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Central for Brave in Action live show. This is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every day to go out and choose bravely. Bye.